Greetings, Northeast Kansas. Daniel Byard here, Team Ringgold, Keller Williams, One Legacy Partners, and your market tips. Hey, today is Saturday, January 7th. We are 1 week into January of 2023, and we've already seen a lot of business happen. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about something that we kind of touched on last week. So most of our video last week was about closings and what that truly entailed. But today I want to go over something that kind of leads to closings that we barely touched on, and that is your lending. And lending is all that our deals are about. Without lending, home buying doesn't happen. All right, so when you get a pre-approval from a lender and you put an offer on a home, and then you're going to go and you're going to turn in all your documents to your lender. And then right before closing happens, we talked about that 3-day disclosure. So that kind of pulls us forward through the process. But there's something that kind of happens floating throughout. Your lender's going to tell you, don't make any purchases. Don't open new lines of credit. Don't close lines of credit. Don't buy a new car. Don't co-sign for someone. Don't be a credit reference for somebody on their home loan or their auto loan or their rental agreement. Why? Well, what happens is, as you're going through the process, your lender is verifying that both you have the funding and the funding stability to make your monthly payments. And if your payment is based off of your income and your current debt to income ratio, and then you add in a new debt, they have to start the whole process over. They have to go back to square one. They can't just go, oh, we're going to add this in and then we're going to do some new math. No, they have to go back to the beginning of the process, because there are documents and forms that the bank regulates and says, hey, this is everything? Affirm. Yes, good. Now we can move forward through the entire process. If they throw something in the middle, it doesn't work, because now they're affirmed this was everything is wrong. So you're signing documents that say this is your debt, this is your taxes, this is your bank statements, these are your paychecks, this is your income. We have to balance these two things to make sure you can afford this house. And if you can't, we can't give you a loan, because the bank's in the business of making sure that their assets are protected. And your home is one of their assets. You see it as one of your assets, but it's a security on your loan. And that security makes it one of their assets for the life of that loan. And now, if you have thrown a kink in the armor of that protection by opening a new line of credit or by opening a new agreement with a credit card company, then now they have no guarantee that you can afford what you've promised to pay. And that's what a mortgage is. It's a promise to pay a loan for the amount plus interest. And some people don't think about it. They go, oh, I'm going to go buy new furniture for my new house. Wait till after closing. I'm going to go buy a new car or a new truck to help me move. Wait till after closing. I know it sounds crazy, but wait. Because now you may not be able to afford either. You might think, I've got the money. The other part of that is, as part of that cash to close, it all has to be certified funds. So when you say, I've got the money, don't worry about it, well, the bank has to worry about it. And there are laws that govern, and I'm not going to try to quote the laws, because trust me, there's plenty of them, but the reality is there's very specific laws that are introduced into banking specifically that tell us this has to be accountable, credible, certified funds. And if you say, oh, I've had $20,000 under my mattress for the last 6 years, I'm going to use that to pay my cash to close, you can't. You just can't. They won't allow it. It has to be tracked funds. And you can't just go throw it in the bank and say, oh, I made a $20,000 deposit. Well, where'd it come from? What was the cash under my mattress for the last 6 years? Doesn't matter. Can't use it. Can't be counted towards your cost to close. Can't be counted towards your income, because as far as the bank is concerned, that could be bank robbery money. It could be fraud money. It could be laundered money. And there's rules and laws against these things. So the bank will not let you account for or use that money. So like I said, from the very beginning where we say this is everything, to the very end where we say here's your 3-day disclosure, this is what you're going to have to bring cash to close. All right, now you're sitting at the closing table, this is the funds we need from you to close on your loan. Everything has to be certifiable to the point where they can say, this is where you earned it, this is where you spent it, we're good. So like I said, don't open any new lines of credit, don't go buy a car, don't go buy furniture, don't go buy anything beyond groceries. Honestly, during this point in time, this 30 to 60 days of your contract, don't spend money you don't need to, and don't do it on credit. If you're used to spending money on your credit card to buy gas and then pay that credit card down, just go ahead and put it on cash. Just don't try to put a chink in the armor that could say, hey, you spent more money on your credit cards than you normally do. And there's some people that go, well, I normally buy my groceries with my credit card, and then I make my credit card payment at the end of the month. That could stop you from getting your home. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying it could, because your debt to income is counted by all of those statements. And about a week before closing, your bank's going to say, hey, I need your most up-to-date statements, your paychecks, your credit card statements. I need those. And what they're looking for is to see if your spending habits have changed. And if you are normally not doing those things and then you start doing it, it looks like you can't financially pay for the things you promised to, because now they're seeing you use more credit and less cash, and vice versa. If you start using credit or cash where you normally use credit, then what you're actually showing the bank is that you potentially have more cash than you accounted for. And they want to know where it's at and where it's coming from. All right, guys. Well, as always, this is Daniel Byard here with Team Ringgold, Keller Williams One Legacy Partners, and these are your market tips for January 7th, 2023. I hope you guys are having a great start to the year, and we'll see you next week. And if you stick around, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, Daniel Byard here. Just a quick note, I want to catch up with you guys. If you like this content, please feel free to follow us on all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Anywhere you can find me, you can find more information about what you're looking for in the housing market. All right, guys, as always, y'all have a great day.